Hi, everybody. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. And please don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you enjoy the video. I'm going to do 4 nails, and they are already buffed and ready to go. And I will try to keep you updated on which nail I'm doing. You'll see it, but anyway. I got this Model Ones gel kit of 24 10 ml bottles, which is awesome. And this glittery, shimmery white was in it, along with this beautiful pink, kind of a pinkish peach. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I thought I would do a beautiful kind of a wedding. Maybe it looks like a good summer wedding color. A little bit elegant, a little bit simple, just really nice. So I'm going to start with the pink. I'm going to put some on my palette because I'm going to use a liner brush just to get the line. It's just going to be a curvy diagonal line before I use the actual polish brush. That's just something that just helps me as a guide, so I'm not all over the place when I go to use the brush to polish the nail. And I do notice that my brush was a little bit on the stiff side, so I try to make sure they're all clean, but sometimes I'm playing around or practicing for a video and I don't get it completely clean. And you'll notice that silver gel sitting there. I am not going to use that in this video. I love it. It's absolutely beautiful, but after I had used it for this, I decided I didn't like it. So I did a design on a couple of these nails, so I just redid them and didn't use that. I will be using it because it is really, really pretty. It's just too much for what I wanted for this. So everything I do in here, I'm doing 2 coats in case I forget to mention that. So the last nail, I did 2 coats of that pink, and I will do 2 coats on the shimmery white with the other one. 2 coats on everything I did 2 coats on. And the white shimmer didn't really have to have two, but I did it just so it would be more level with the pink, so it wouldn't be lower, because each layer of gel adds height, so I just wanted it to be more even. So the last nail was going to be all pink, and this one is going to be the all white shimmer. Look at that. It is so pretty, and it is a little on the lumpy side, probably because, I'm sure it's because of the glitter. There's some bigger chunks of glitter in there, and I don't mind that. I just let it sit for a little bit before I cure it. That way it kind of all settles in and it becomes more flush, more smooth, and it'll still be a little tiny bit lumpy, but top coat helps that out a lot. So that's just going to sit there before I cure it. It's going to be off to the side. So this one is going to be an ombre with the pink and the shimmery white. And I start out with the white. I wanted the white to be a little more dominant, and when I go to do the second coats of these, I do it the pink first. So I'm doing the white first on this layer, and then the pink, and then when I do the second coat, I do the pink first, and then the white, so that the white is more dominant and more on top, if that makes any sense. It's just a little, I've seen a lot of people do that, so I'm sure it does make sense, but I'm going to use this ombre brush, and I like to dip it in at least one of the colors first before I start sweeping the side to side. Um, I think it just, I don't know, it's just something I've found to be helpful to not put some streaks in it when you first start. So I just kind of saturate the brush first, and then I do this side to side motion, and I go downwards and then I'll go upwards, and then when I do the second coat of this and the white is on top, I actually start with the white and I do the side to side motion going upwards to bring that white up a little further. Okay, so this one I'm going to pop it in the lamp, and then I will be doing the second coat. So now we're back to the first nail, and this is where I'm adding the shimmery white. And the pink is cured, and so I'm not real too worried about getting any of the white on top of it. I still like to be careful. It's just good practice. So I'm taking my liner brush to bring that gel all the way up to the pink without going over. I mean, if that happens, I can easily wipe it since the pink is cured, so it's not that big of a deal. But again, it's a good habit to get into, just being careful. So I just push it up to that corner there, and then I just drag it back down and follow the line of the pink, and then it's done. It's pretty simple. Okay, so now I'm going to put some detail on this, and I'm going to use this Modelones white from another kit. So, and I am going to speed this part up for you in just a minute. The white that came with the 24 colors is so pretty, but it's more of, I can't even say a cream. It's kind of hard to describe. It's kind of got a pink hue in it, but it's not pink. I'll use it in another video pretty soon so you can see, and I'm probably going to be doing a swatch for this this set. I can't believe for the price it was that the bottles were each 10 mil, and it doesn't have a top coat or base coat or matte coat. It just comes with 24 colors, and I can't believe that it was that good of a deal. And I will have a link in the description box for this too. This is just a simple design. I really didn't know. I kind of had an idea what I was going to do, but I always change my mind when it comes right down to it. I was going to do it off to the side, one side, and then do some little flowery whatevers, but I just decided to do this. I thought it was perfect, and it's just elegant, you know, not fancy, and very, very easy to do. It's just lines and dots. Super simple. I was actually going to do something on the other side of on the white, the shimmery side, with the pink, but I just wasn't feeling it, so I'm going to be putting some gems there instead. So these dots, I just start with a good not huge ball at the end of my brush, but I place the first one, it's a little bit bigger, and then I just do each dot, and they get smaller, so they're just kind of fading out off to the sides. And here, I wasn't sure if I was just going to stick to the few in the center there, but I decided to go for it, and I put them all along like I did with the other ones, all the way to the edge of the nail. So this one here, I really wasn't sure what I was going to do. I was going to do a diagonal so it would kind of match the other one with the little detail work. Instead, I just thought I would put it right up here at the top. And I drew the first little bit in the center here just to make sure I was centered with the little swirly lines I was going to do. And it just makes it easier. You can get a visual. And sometimes I'm good at centering things and making them even, sometimes I'm not, so I just try to mark it whenever I possibly can. It really helps a lot. You know, if you're working on a person, I mean, you see when we other I know other YouTubers, other people I've seen do this, we turn the nail back and forth and around, and you just got to think that might be a little bit crazy when it comes to doing this on a client. And I mean, it's it's really not a big deal to have a client turn their hand. I've mentioned this before. It's not a big deal for you to ask them, turn your hand this way, turn your hand that way, because what they want is for you to do a good job. And if they have to twist their hand and their wrists and their fingers around at all different angles to get a really pretty nail, they're going to do it. Um, and it just makes life so much easier if you're not afraid to ask. Just make sure they stay relaxed, and then you can just move their hands the way you want. Some people are really stiff. You just kind of have to encourage them a little bit in a nice way, but they'll do it. So that line was just a little too long. I'm just taking some of that off of there. I didn't really like how that looked. I wanted it to look like the other one, so. Yeah, so you saw that I popped that in the lamp. I did not want to ruin it. I didn't want the dots to bleed into the lines and have to do it all over again, or stress on fixing it. Sometimes if I haven't done too much of a design, it's easier just to start over if you've made a mistake, or if things bleed together, you don't want them bled together. So it wouldn't have been that big of a deal in this case, but I just didn't want to take that take that chance. So I'm doing the dots the same as I did on the other nail. I'll be doing that on both sides of the lines. Just making sure they all stand out. I'm going to go ahead and use this Modelones top coat. And if I was doing it on a person, I would use something stronger for sure. But in this case, these fingernails aren't going anywhere, so I'm not going to have to worry about them falling off at any time. But this little space up here at the top of this nail was the perfect place for the larger of the three gems that I have there, and that's it. I just thought it was just simplicity at its best kind of thing. It looks really pretty there. And in this one I am going to use the smaller of the three size gems. I was gonna do, I should have put the big one in the center, in the center of that, like where the center of the detail work is. Should have put a big one and then smaller ones graduating towards the outer edges of the nail, but I just, I don't know, I thought it might take away from how the detail work looks, so I kind of just wanted this to be a simple accent to make the whole set cohesive, so that I could just kind of have them look like like some thought was put into it, I guess. This one here, I tried a few different ways of doing this and I wiped it off. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do here, and I almost just left it plain with maybe some gems up, a row of gems up by where the cuticle would be. What I ended up doing, these dots all in a row, it actually, I love it. I think it belongs on a different set. Like the design of it, the way I did it isn't exactly, I don't know, the same. It's a little bit different. So, and this one just needed a big gem, and then I'm gonna surround it with the smaller ones, and that's gonna be that simple and done. Okay, now I'm gonna put the small ones on there, and I'll get this started. Actually, I use the medium ones at the ends of the gem, and then I do the smaller ones. And I'm going to continue this off camera, and I'll be back with the weird one. I love it though. I love how it turned out. I just don't think it belongs with this particular set. So, you be the judge. But it is actually very cool. I'm just making sure I have enough gel. And you know, when I was putting these white dots on, the idea I had for the gems, which was the top were going to be the bigger, and then it was just going to go down in size as you go down the nail. And I didn't even, it's one of those times I just didn't know what else to do, and I wasn't thinking, and I wasn't sure if the space in between the white dots were gonna fit the stones, but it ended up looking pretty cool. So do you see what I mean though? I mean, it's really, really pretty. I love it. It just doesn't seem to really fit to me with the rest of them. But look at them. It's beautiful. Those colors, I mean, all the colors in the Modelones kit are very beautiful. I will have to do a swatch. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and share. And that helps me to give you guys more cool videos with different designs and maybe some tips and ideas.